Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Today I want to chat about retirement. How's it working out for you? I just did a survey with our 60 and Me community. It was our annual survey, and we learned all kinds of wonderful things about you, and appreciate all of you that took the time to complete it and give us feedback. But it turned out that many of you are retired. I mean, over 60%, which was a little surprising to me. I thought for some reason that not that many were retired, reflecting my own situation, perhaps, that, I'm 75 and I'm not retired. And there are many others who are in their 60s and 70s, and same as me. But enough or in retirement mode or thinking about it that I wanted to ask you, how's it going? Because I think we have a stereotype about retirement, what it's going to be, what it will be like, what we will do in that time period. And, even though we're realistic, I think in most cases about budgets and, living alone and so on, it still comes as a shock to us, I think, sometimes when we're in that retirement situation. And a lot of the feedback indicated that. Now, I probably will work forever because I love what I'm doing, and this is for me my purpose in life. This is my reason for getting up in the morning. 60 and Me is my passion. But I've had many careers. I've worked in book selling. When I was in college, I worked at the university bookstore, and then went on to be a text buyer and a trade book buyer. I love bookstores. I've been in books all my life. I've sold computers. I've been a seller. I mean, I've worked on a commission basis selling computers back in the 80s. I actually was an author, and I've written 2 books, and I'm just not making any money from it, but I would consider them careers because I love writing and made that a passion. Worked with Elizabeth and did a lot of Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, did a lot of events and so on with her. Then I worked at Microsoft. This was my big job. I worked at Microsoft for about 18 years, I think, in total. I left once and came back. But my ex-husband worked at Microsoft. My son was there also for 5 years, and both in the United States and in other parts of the world. And we were a Microsoft family, and that was my career. I have some of the most amazing memories and highlights and achievements, that I feel very, very proud of when I worked at Microsoft. And I still have many, many friends who, who even watch the show. Hi, everybody. That are now in their 60s. And it's just been an incredible journey. But, I'm sort of not envisaging a next chapter beyond what I'm doing now. But perhaps you are. And that's what I want to talk about today. Because I think if you're in retirement formally, you've left a job, maybe you've gone back doing some part-time work, or you've made some other decisions. Many are, feeling that pressure. I've got to be doing something with my life. I've got to be making this purposeful and meaningful. And what am I going to do now that I'm actually formally retired? I think the retirement age in the States now is 66 or 65, but it's creeping up all around the world. I'm looking at my list here because I actually went online to check some of this. In Europe, it's 66, I think. Some are now 67. France, I think, is the one that's a little bit of an odd one because it's 61 or 62, and they're pushing hard people are pushing hard not to lift it up to 65 and beyond. But most people are retiring around the 67-year mark. That's where you get your benefits, Social Security in the United States. I think you can get it a little earlier than that when, if you're prepared to take a bit of a cut. But, it's desirable in most people's minds to retire. That's kind of what we've been told. We work hard, and then we retire. And when we retire, we rest. And I think a lot of men think that this is the way it goes, and they're very, very satisfied with that kind of lifestyle, perhaps. But I think women in their 60s are just like wanting to do stuff. We want to travel. We want to do things in the community. We want to, be engaged and share our wisdom. Maybe be the matriarch of the family and sharing our wisdom. But a lot of women that I'm talking to are not interested in retiring in the traditional sense, putting your feet up and not doing anything else. But retirement also has another side to it, and that's what I want to chat about a bit too, and that's the loneliness and the incident of depression. A lot of older women are feeling depressed in retirement. After the first 2 years of the honeymoon, it's like, now what? I mean, some women will probably, in the comments, and I hope that you will leave those comments, say, I love it so much. I'm not going anywhere, doing anything. I don't even know how I managed to work. I've got so much to do now in retirement. But a lot will say, no, I'm feeling a bit socially isolated. I'm missing my friends. All of my friends in my formative years, those 30, 40, 50 years, were at work, and I'm missing them. And of course, I'm missing the financial security. I was earning a reasonably good salary. I'm now on a budget. I'm on a retirement budget, pulling from savings or Social Security. And I'm not just used to being able to not do things, not having that money going into my account every week, every month. And then, of course, there's things like technology developments. There's just so much going on in the world of technology that we're just feeling out of touch with the world. There's texting and artificial intelligence and social media channels that are just so, different than than anything we've ever been used to, and maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed by that. A lot of women are getting divorced as they retire. Or maybe they go together. You divorced, and then it's like, what next? What do I do next? And I either retire and move on, or I buckle down and get another job and keep maybe build a new career, a new job, a new world for your 60s and 70s. But we're living longer, and we're living louder. We're getting out there into the world, and we want to be part of it. And so retirement is not quite fitting the stereotype. I mean, look at retirement in the past. Retirement in the past, if you actually lived that long, was a little bit of a traditional expectation, a little gradual, like you stopped doing more work, and then you slowed down, maybe spent more time in the garden, golfing, women maybe just grandmothering, looking after grandkids or whatever. You could think of all the things, but it was more gradual. It wasn't so like 65, you're retired. It was more like, well, I'm getting older, I'll just sort of slow down a little bit. But how are we doing it differently today? Well, first of all, we've got the pressure that we give ourselves, that I need to be doing more, I need to be earning more, I need to be traveling, I need, whatever. I want to continue working because I have a need for this extra whatever in my life. Most of all, I want a purpose. I want some, in your jobs, you were good at what you did, and you got lots of rewards and lots of accolades and, hugs and pats on the back. And now it's like, okay, even though I'm free and I've got more independence to do all these cool things that I've always wanted to do, maybe travel or, whatever, learn to ride a bike or become a painter or whatever. But I'm missing it. I'm lonely. And so pursuing a new career is like a whole new mindset. And so today the pressure is coming from society that says, buy, do, enjoy, and then it costs the money, and then you need to work, or yourself that, I'm kind of too old to do that now. Like I need to move on, but I can't afford it. So if you are tired of retirement and you want to do something else, I'm going to do some ideas. And, the first one is going to be like, okay, Margaret, you said this a gazillion times, volunteer. And I'm not just talking about volunteering, like just helping out in a sort of short-term way. Mentoring, I'm talking about mentoring. And you can do this as you go into your retirement age. You can reach out to younger people. I've got a lot of, well, I would say a lot, but I've got some women that I used to work with at Microsoft who still come to me and say, could you give me some feedback on this? Or I'm thinking of doing that. What did you do? And I don't take a formal mentoring role with them, but I certainly mentor and give advice or give my, what happened to me. And I just feel like mentoring is really a powerful thing. And it doesn't have to be like that. It can be to your grandkids. It can be a mentor to someone in the community. If you're an aunt, if you don't have any children, or you don't, maybe you have some more time to give, you're an aunt, you can help your nieces and your nephews, and they need you. They may say, oh, you may feel like I'm too old, or I don't know how to do, what Snapchat, or I don't know anything about TikTok and whatever, but you can be there for them and, share what we've learned. My grandkids still get a kick out of it when I tell them that I didn't have a phone until I was 30, like, 10 times their age. And, that I didn't even know what a computer was until, 20 years ago. And they're like, the experts. But it's just not even like when I was your age kind of thing. It's not like that at all. It's just to help them see the developments that they have got ahead of them that are going to be so cool and so innovative and interesting and challenging, and that you can be a part of that. So where to look for mentoring? I want to close this with a couple of ideas. Mentoring.org. National Mentoring Partnership is another really good one. And imentor.org is one to think about, because those are the three that maybe you've got some that you know about. These are mentoring. Those three are mentoring where you have a skill that you can share. Like, were an accountant, you were a doctor, you were a teacher, you were, a speech therapist, and now you've got some mentoring opportunities related to your skill. And then there's tons of other volunteer opportunities just in the world, in your community, and it could be everything from helping to cook, for the homeless, or teaching kids in school, doing after school care. There's all kinds of things, but there's the two levels of mentoring. And I'd love to know if you've done anything that's, in retirement, led you to a new gateway into something interesting, mentoring or profession-wise, career-wise. Let us know. I would honestly love to read your comments. So let's go through all the things that might be impacting you and chat about those too. If you're feeling lonely, come on, we give hugs here. They're free. And I'd love to be able to help you. But just know that I care, and I do honestly want your feedback. So just jump in, help each other too. If you see a comment that needs a little bit of a response or a hug or reinforcement, just do it. Just give someone a virtual hug. It makes you feel good too. Okay. So for now, take care, do well, go out in the world and shine, be safe, stay strong, and know that you're here, welcome here at 60 and Me, for sure, every day. Bye for now.